What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geek City, and today we're going to be looking at my favorite modern comic books. So let's get into this. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geek City, and today we're going to be looking at my favorite modern comic books. And when I mean modern, I mean anything from like the past decade. So like 2015 to 2025, no New 52, none of that. When I'm looking at modern, I genuinely want to talk about some books that are new. And some of these are going to be ongoing, some of these are miniseries, and, well, actually, no. My intention here was just to do, like, ongoing books, but there was a couple of exceptions, but these are mostly ongoing. If you want a part 2, I could definitely do that. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comment section down below. And this isn't a ranking or anything, this is just me going down the line here. Not scripted, pretty low-key, just like talking about some of my favorite books. If you haven't read any of these are, I'm doing you a favor, go check them out. People say that, oh, comics are dead, there's no good stuff out right now. These books that I'm about to show you are an example of how I think comics are still great. And you're always going to have bad comics, but you're always going to have great ones. So let's get straight into this with maybe my favorite comic out right now. Well, probably, yeah. Ultimate Spider-Man. These are the first 2 volumes. This is the new Ultimate line with Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Wolverine. Have not read any of those. I read like the first issue Ultimate X-Men, read the first 2 Black Panther, but I don't own any of the trades, and I do need to pick those up. But these 2 have blown me away. If you're tired of new Spider-Man, which I don't blame you. Spider-Man's always miserable. He's always sad, and the writers don't know what to do with him. Jonathan Hickman understands Spider-Man, and this is in an alternate universe, so they can do whatever they want. So in this storyline, Peter Parker is happily married with kids, and he doesn't start off as Spider-Man. This is in an alternate universe, so remember that. So in this universe, he is middle-aged and has to become Spider-Man, and since it's a different universe, they do a ton of different things with Harry Osborn, J. Jonah Jameson, Ben Parker. Uncle Ben plays a totally different role in these books than he normally does. Beautiful artwork, great story, and I'm loving where this is going. I'm reading them by trades, and I love the first 2. And I already know about some of the things that happen later on that haven't been collected in the trades, and they just get me more excited, and I love this series, and I'm going to continue to read them and pick them up. Next up, the Immortal Hulk. Admittedly, I'm not very familiar with Hulk. I don't read a ton of Hulk comics, but I had heard great things about this one. I knew I needed to read it. And this is the Immortal Hulk. A very dark story that I think highlights how sad and how bad Hulk has it. And this book, people love it. I've only read the first volume. This collects the first 5 issues, and it was really good. Not a series that I plan on continuing to buy these trades. I just saw this one at my LCS one time a couple years ago, and I was like, hey, we'll pick that up. Maybe one day I'll buy the omnibus or something. But I did really dig this, and it's really sad, and it's really good. So I don't want to spoil too much about this one. But you can kind of figure it out from the title what you're getting with this book. Next up, love Daredevil. Of course, I got to talk about Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. It's great. It's great, really. I don't know how else to describe it. It is a great deep dive into the character of Matt Murdock, who is inherently a very flawed person. And you really see that in here. It has beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork. I own the first 3 volumes. I would love to get the omnibuses. There's 2 of them, and then there's the Devil's Reign stuff. But it's a story where, spoiler alert, I'm telling you this, but this is a part of the main plot, so you kind of need to know. Daredevil, in the beginning of this run, accidentally kills somebody. And how that affects him for the rest of the book, you just gotta read it for yourself. It's great storytelling. Stay tuned for my Daredevil reading order coming soon. Next one, I'm cheating, because this is more of a universe than just a specific book. And I'm, of course, talking about the Energon Universe. So this is the Energon Universe here, and this is basically Robert Kirkman's new universe, where it is Transformers and G.I. Joe together in one timeline, telling its own story. And it started with Void Rivals, and eventually got Transformers, and then you got a couple G.I. Joe miniseries like Duke, Cobra Commander, and then Transformers Volume 2, Scarlet, Destro, and then G.I. Joe got its own book, and I believe the first trade's coming out this summer, and then Void Rivals Volume 2 has one, and then Transformers Volume 3 is coming out soon. It's incredible. I'm loving it, and you can start to see the pieces where a lot of these stories kind of started off with them on their own, and you're really starting to see the universe come together. And I can't wait to see how long the story goes on for. And I'm loving it, man. I'm really digging the story. And so yeah, if you're into Transformers, G.I. Joe, read this if you haven't. It's great. Another Image comic we have. Public Identity, written by Chip Zdarsky. Written and illustrated by Chip Zdarsky. This isn't a superhero book or a horror book or sci-fi. It is a realistic fiction story about exploiting the creators of comics and tackling rights and comic book fatigue and a whole lot of things. And this is coming from the perspective of Chip Zdarsky, a real writer. And it's basically about this author whose father made a really popular comic character, and that character has skyrocketed into a lot of fame, but the writer isn't really treated very well. And that's kind of what the story's about, and it really does a great job kind of giving you an idea of how comic writers and authors are treated. Like, you may not like a storyline, but you gotta remember, these are still people, and going online saying, like, look at Zeb Wells' Spiderman run. A lot of that was Marvel editors, and then, yes, he did make some bad decisions, but going online and being like, oh, I hate Zeb Wells, I hope he dies, and all that, it's stupid. These are people, and I think this comic does a great job showing that. So check this one out if you haven't. Another, this is going to be one of my horror picks. We have Phantom Road. This is volume 1 written by Jeff Lemire, and it's fantastic. If you like stuff like The Last of Us, you need to check this one out. It takes place where there's this like universe that's like inside of ours, and how you can kind of like travel inside of it. I do need to reread this one. It's been like 2 years since I picked up this trade. And basically after like issue 5 or something, they kind of stopped the series. But Jeff Lemire finally hopped back on, and so we'll finally get a volume 2 after years. Because I wondered what happened, but he finally got back on it. So we're finally getting that volume 2. Can't wait for that. Another Jeff Lemire story, or excuse me, no it's not, I'm tweaking. This is Brian K. Vaughan, and this is Paper Girls. If you're into Stranger Things, you gotta check this one out. This is about these girls that toss newspapers when suddenly everything just kind of goes crazy. It's very much in that lane of 80s Stephen King, Stranger Things style story. And if you're into that, this is a book for you. Ton of weird creatures, alternate universes, action-packed. It's great. Final indie pick here is Something is Killing the Children. This is one of my recent reads that I bought this one at Free Comic Day for like half off. And I had heard great things. It did not disappoint. This book was great. It's terrifying. There are these kids being murdered by these monsters, and there's this character Erica Slaughter, and she's working with this kid, and they're tracking down these monsters and killing them. And this volume ends on a cliffhanger, and I will definitely try to find that volume too, because I really dug this story, and I really am excited to see where it goes, because I don't know anything about it other than this volume. The rest of this is DC. First one we have here is from the Dawn of DC relaunch, and that is Superman. This is the new series going on right now. It's written by Joshua Williamson, Jamal Campbell on artwork, and I really dug this volume. Basically, there's this new like corporation called Supercorp that is released, and I didn't like that idea at first, but I read it and I appreciate it. I really dug this one. The Superman run right now was really fun. I'm really digging it. And right now we're into the Summer of Superman thing that happened, like the special came out, and because of that we're getting a Supergirl series and Spiderman, Superman Unlimited, all that's coming out. So yeah, if you want to read some like modern Superman, this is the run going on right now. It's really fun. Check it out. And then we have Super Sons. You know I had to include Peter J. Tomasi on this one. One of my favorite writers, and I love this series. This is taking Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne, putting them together, working together. It's so much fun. You have, again, incredible writing from Peter J. Tomasi, who, oh my gosh, I love his story so much. He's able to write with such heart, and this is another example of that. Great artwork from Jorge Jimenez. And you get the story of these two people that don't really see eye to eye, having to work together. And it's really fun. It's a really lighthearted story that also has a lot of heart to it, and it's great artwork. It's really fun. So check this one out. Then we have the Tom Taylor Nightwing run. I'm sure y'all have all heard about this. It's great. This was my first real time kind of picking up Nightwing books, but this got me into Nightwing. Because of this run, I bought the compendium, and I'm continuing to pick up these trades very slowly. It's definitely taking me time. I believe I need to catch up. There's still like 5 more that I need to buy, but I'm loving the series. It's great. This is after Alfred passed away and Nightwing's back in Bloodhaven, and he's a billionaire now, and him having to take back his city. And if you like Barbara Gordon, you get a lot of her in here. She's great too. The artwork here from Bruno Redondo is incredible. And it's a really fun story. It's great. I keep saying fun, but it's a, I don't know how to describe it, but Tom Taylor is a fantastic writer. Like, the dialogue is one of the best parts about this story. You're getting great artwork, and this comic really did some things that a lot of comics weren't doing. Like, there's one issue in this volume that won like this award or something, because it basically is like ever moving, every panel is just moving into the next one. It's really difficult to describe, and I did a terrible job of describing it, but it's great. Really good. I'm slowly reading it. It's taking me time to pick these up. The new Green Lantern run from Dawn of DC, back in action. This is probably my favorite Dawn of DC book that came out of the Dawn of DC thing. I loved it. Thought it was really good. This collects Green Lanterns 1 through 6 and the Night Terrors miniseries. It's written by Jeremy Adams, and this is Hal Jordan returning to his city after the events of Dark Crisis. A lot of heart, really deep diving into the flawed character of Hal Jordan. You see Sinestro kind of in a new way here, maybe even wearing a different ring than normal. That's fun to see. Really good story. And then we have the Rebirth Flash Run, Joshua Williamson. This is random. This is a random volume. This is the Flash Year 1 story. I want to highlight the whole run, but this is my favorite volume. This is the Flash Year 1. This retells his origin. But I really dug this run. I think Flash was I think his New 52 run had fantastic artwork. Like, some of the best artwork I had seen in the comic in a long time. The writing was fun. It was a fun story, but not great. But I think this really did a great job, and really making me relive my love for the Flash. Haven't read a lot of this new Dawn of DC run, but I've heard mixed things about it. Final 2 books here. We have a Black Label book. This is Batman White Knight. Everybody's heard about the story by this point. Joker goes sane. Well, you gotta read the story to find out what happens here. It's a very dark, mature story about what if the Joker, was, as it says in the book, cured of his madness. It's a really, really weird story. He goes back to Jack Napier. It's Sean Murphy writing and doing the artwork. I really like his style. He has his own distinct style, and you love to appreciate that. So, good story. Final one here. Batman and Robin. So, I wasn't planning on picking this up ever. This was another Dawn of DC book. Basically, I was at Target, and Target has started recently selling comics, and I saw this. This is like an exclusive Target cover, and I was like, okay, shoot, 20% off new Dawn of DC book with an exclusive cover. Why not? Really dug it. It's fun. It has this weird anime artwork, and you're seeing Batman and Robin in a new light. Like, they're just living in a house. Robin's going to school. It's not dark Batman. This is father and son. It very much reminds me of the stuff from the Pierre J. Tomasi Patrick Gleason omnibus, but even more lighthearted. Not a super dark book. If you just want some Batman, fun Batman and his son stories where they're fighting crime, they're solving mysteries, Robin's going to school. If you're interested in that, this is a book for you. If you're not into that, if you prefer stuff like Dark Victory and Batman Year 1 and New 52, Scott Snyder, if you don't like lighthearted Batman, and you want to see something more serious, maybe this one isn't for you, but yeah. So those are all of the books that I have here. These are my favorite new modern comics. I could definitely do a part 2, so if you want to see that, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm realizing I forgot to wear my mic this video, but it's fine. As always, I'm trying to get monetized so I can help improve the quality of the channel. I need 4,000 watch time hours. I'm currently at 2,000, so if you want to help me with that, please consider doing so. I also have to get 1,000 subscribers. My goal by the end of the summer is to have 1,000 subscribers, so if you want to help me do that, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what videos you want to see, and as always, stay geeky.